We were sold a dream, Warriors fans. Beautiful, shiny off-season dream. One where the front office, fully locked in, would go all out to maximize the twilight years of Stephen Curry. Where the core of Steph, Draymond Green, and possibly Jimmy Butler would be revitalized with the kind of reinforcements you'd expect for a franchise chasing another banner. Instead, we're sitting here in mid-July watching the rest of the league make real moves, while the biggest headline in the Bay Area is the possibility of signing Kevin Love. That's not a headline. That's a punchline, and not even a good one. Look, we've been patient. Warriors fans have endured the ups and downs. We've trusted the process through the early post-Durant years, through the two timelines experiment that ultimately blew up in everyone's face, through the wasted development of young assets. And now, with the clock ticking louder than ever on Steph's prime, the supposed major free agent addition on the table is Kevin Love. Yes, that Kevin Love, the one who was almost traded for Klay Thompson back in the early 2010s. The one who was a key piece in the Cavaliers' 2016 finals win nearly a decade ago. The one who, at 36 years old, is being discussed as a serious acquisition by a franchise that claims to be in win-now mode. It's no longer just frustrating. It's embarrassing. The Golden State Warriors are one of the proudest organizations in the NBA. They've built a dynasty. They've developed stars, changed the game, and revolutionized how basketball is played. And yet, they find themselves standing still while the rest of the league flies by. Other teams are stacking their rosters. The Lakers are looking for another run. The Nuggets are still dangerous. The Thunder and Timberwolves are rising. And the Warriors? They can't even finalize Jonathan Kuminga's contract situation. Much less make a splash in free agency. Reports are circulating that Kevin Love is nearing a buyout after being traded to the Utah Jazz, and that the Warriors are one of the leading contenders to pick him up. Now, let's be real. That move wouldn't have made sense 5 years ago, and it makes even less sense now. Love is no longer a game changer. Last season with the Miami Heat, he averaged 5 points and 4 rebounds per game. He shot 36% from deep, which sure is respectable, but those are bench minutes, garbage time stats. Kevin Love is not the kind of player that moves the needle for a team hoping to compete in the brutal Western Conference. If the front office thinks this is the move that's going to energize the fan base or inspire confidence in the team's direction, they're sorely mistaken. This is not about hating on Kevin Love. He had a great career, he's an NBA champion, and he can still contribute in the right context. But Golden State isn't the right context. This team doesn't need another aging forward who's a defensive liability and can't log big minutes. They need youth, athleticism, and most importantly, someone who can take the pressure off Curry and Draymond defensively. Love doesn't check any of those boxes. Meanwhile, names like Al Horford are being floated as alternatives. And yes, while Horford isn't exactly a spring chicken either, at least he brings leadership, playoff experience, and defensive presence that Kevin Love simply does not offer at this stage. As of now, Horford hasn't signed anywhere, but Warriors are reportedly in the mix, competing with the Nuggets, Lakers, and even the possibility of retirement. That's where we are, hoping that the 38-year-old Horford chooses Golden State over hanging it up entirely. And let's talk about the roster construction for a second. This isn't just a matter of plugging in a veteran name and calling it a day. The Warriors are up against the cap. They're dealing with limited roster spots, and their young talent, outside of maybe Podziemski, hasn't proven they can contribute at a high level. Summer League is supposed to be the time when some of these younger guys make their mark, but relying on Summer League standouts to fill playoff rotation roles. That's a gamble at best. It's hard to watch this all unfold without feeling like the front office has lost its identity. Under Bob Myers, there was always a plan, even when we didn't see it immediately. There was strategy, patience, and execution. But now, with Mike Dunleavy Jr. in charge, the vision feels scattered. The bold moves are missing. The urgency is gone. And the result? A team that's drifting toward irrelevance, propped up by the fading brilliance of Stephen Curry. And here's the thing that hurts the most. It didn't have to be this way. There were opportunities, real ones, the Jimmy Butler buzz. That wasn't just fan fiction. There were talks. There were paths to make it happen. Pairing Curry and Butler, even if it cost some young pieces and draft capital, would have made the Warriors a legitimate threat again. But instead of pulling the trigger, the Warriors played it safe. And now they're trying to sell the idea of Kevin Love as a solution. Let's be honest, it's insulting to the fans. It's disrespectful to Steph. And it's a massive miscalculation of what this team needs to stay competitive. Because while other squads are loading up with two-way wings, versatile bigs, and young legs, the Warriors are eyeing players who peaked during the Obama administration. There are better options out there. And the fact that the front office isn't aggressively pursuing them is baffling. Chris Boucher, for example, would be a fantastic fit. He's athletic, versatile, and can stretch the floor. He's not going to carry your team, but he doesn't need to. He just needs to defend, rebound, and knock down open shots. All things he's shown he can do consistently when given minutes. He had a solid season with Toronto last year, despite the Raptors openly tanking. Even with sporadic minutes and an undefined role, he still put up 10 points and nearly 5 rebounds a night, while shooting 36% from deep and 40% on corner threes. That's value. Boucher also brings something this team desperately lacks: length and energy. He's a real help defender. He can switch, and he plays with urgency. Compared to Kevin Love, it's night and day. And the crazy part is Boucher might be available for a similar price. He's already been linked to the Warriors in some reports, but for whatever reason, the team hasn't pulled the trigger. Why? The same goes for other names like Trey Lyles. The guy had a respectable season with Sacramento. He's younger, more mobile, and still has upside. Lyles averaged around 6.5 points and 4.5 boards and hit over 38% from the corners. He's only 29. That's a player you can actually plug into a rotation and feel good about. Instead, the Warriors seem to be stuck in nostalgia mode, chasing names that were relevant a decade ago, rather than investing in the kit of players who can keep this team afloat in a brutal Western Conference. This isn't about being flashy. It's about being smart. And so far, nothing the Warriors have done this offseason screams intelligence or foresight. Even guys like Precious Achiuwa could make more sense. He's younger, more athletic, and has shown he can defend at a high level. He's a bit raw offensively, but that's not what the Warriors need from him. They need someone who can switch on defense, rebound, and protect the paint. Qualities Kevin Love no longer brings to the table. So where does that leave us? Stuck in a holding pattern while Steph Curry continues to put up all-time great performances with no real help around him. Draymond is doing what he can, but he's not the player he once was. Clay has lost a step. Wiggins is inconsistent. And the young guys, they're still question marks. This team doesn't have time to wait for another player to blossom. They need help now. And the longer they wait, the more it feels like this front office is just waiting for the curtain to fall. Like they're content to ride out the rest of Steph's career with a few emotional farewell tours instead of fighting for another title. That's not what the fans signed up for. That's not what Steph deserves. And it sure as hell isn't what this franchise is capable of. So unless Kevin Love is being brought in as a 12th man, someone to clap from the bench, mentor a few rookies, and hit an occasional three in blowouts, this move makes no sense. And if this is what the Warriors are selling as their big swing in free agency, then we've got a serious problem. The fan base deserves better. Steph deserves better. And the legacy of this dynasty demands better. Beyond the bewildering whispers of a Kevin Love signing, the real story is what the Warriors front office is failing to do: aggressively pursue talent that fits the mold of the modern NBA and addresses their specific roster needs. The league has evolved rapidly, and Golden State's window, while still open, is shrinking fast. The urgency to adapt and seize the moment couldn't be greater, yet the moves, or lack thereof, tell a different story, one of hesitation and missed opportunity. Before we continue, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any exclusive Dubs updates. Let's keep going. Whispers are swirling around the sports world as rumors surface about a potentially game-changer move involving RHENZ ABANDO. The young and promising talent has reportedly been seen arriving at the headquarters of the Warriors, sparking a wave of speculation among fans and insiders alike. Could this be the prelude to a major signing that might shake up the league? Sources close to the situation hint that ABANDO is on the verge of inking a significant contract with the Warriors, a deal that could elevate both the player's career and the team's prospects. Although nothing has been officially confirmed, the timing and the discreet yet purposeful visit to the Warriors base have fueled excitement and anticipation. ABANDO, known for his impressive skills and explosive potential on the court, has been a standout figure in recent seasons. His agility, scoring ability, and court vision have caught the eyes of many scouts and analysts, making him one of the most talked about rising stars. If this rumored signing comes to fruition, it would mark a pivotal moment for the Warriors, who have been seeking fresh talent to bolster their roster and aim for championship glory. The Warriors camp has remained tight-lipped, neither confirming nor denying the talks, which only adds to the intrigue. Fans are eagerly awaiting any official announcement, and social media buzzes with discussions and predictions about how ABANDO's style would mesh with the current squad. While the deal is still in the rumor phase, industry insiders speculate that this move could signal a strategic push by the Warriors to secure a future cornerstone player. ABANDO's arrival might not only bring immediate impact, but also lay the groundwork for sustained success in the seasons ahead. As the story develops, all eyes remain on the Warriors' headquarters, where the final details are presumably being ironed out. Could RHENZ ABANDO's signature be just around the corner, setting the stage for an exciting new chapter in basketball? The sports world waits with bated breath to see if this buzz turns into reality. Stay updated exclusively with the latest Dub Nation news. Subscribe to our channel and hit the like button to keep getting daily updates on the Warriors. Don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments. Your input is essential for the Dubs community. Stay tuned for the next video.